Hello, I'm just Sir, and welcome back. As part of my breakdown of each group, today I will be unveiling my penultimate group, which is the presumptive group of death, Group F, which features France, Germany, Hungary, and Portugal. Now, without further ado, let's begin with France. And France is the presumptive favorite in this overall in this tournament with the highest odds to win, and with good reason, as they boast a squad that is unlike I've ever seen before. It's truly remarkable what they've been able to accomplish with their team, and for good reason. Whether it be in defense or with the likes of Clement Longley or Lucas Hernandez or Benjamin Pavard, whom Pavard is my player to look out for France, as I was really impressed with his performance at the World Cup a few years ago, and he's also continued to play excellent at Bayern Munich. But how can I not mention the likes of N'Golo Kante or Antoine Griezmann or the man himself, Kylian Mbappe? They're just loaded at every position, and I vehemently look forward to seeing them play because I think they will live up to the hype. Furthermore, even getting in the likes of Karim Benzema into play, assuming he's healthy enough to go, will really help their goal scoring. As a striker, it was evident at the 2018 World Cup when Olivier Giroud went the entire tournament without scoring a goal. That's a position they could probably use a little more production from. But nonetheless, they're absolutely stacked team, and I have no problem of placing them first in this group. Although if there is one place to be vulnerable in, it is in goal, as Hugo Lloris did not have the best season at Tottenham, and he's not getting any younger. My suggestion would be if he struggles to put in uh, Mike Maignan from formerly of Lille, who showed he's an excellent goalkeeper. Next is Germany, and for Germany, going into this tournament, Germany has really been up and down in the world of football. As after reaching the pinnacle of the world of football and winning the 2014 World Cup, they've really gone downhill ever since. Despite going on the semifinals 5 years ago, it's been really a smorgasbord, no pun intended, of football, and hopefully now with this new generation of German footballers, they can really rise to the occasion, and I believe that they can. And particularly, my players to look out for Germany is Kai Havertz, and I may be biased because I sort of look like him, but Havertz really really has the quality to produce in a tournament like this. Obviously, he didn't have the best season at Chelsea this year. There were a lot of expectations put on him, and with this German squad being having boasting a lot of depth, including the one of their better players in Joshua Kimmich or Ilkay Gundogan, or even a lot of Bayern Munich players, just those guys will really come in handy. I really believe in this German team, but I think it will take them some time to gel, and I think they will struggle competing with the likes of France and even Portugal, and particularly up front, they're little a little unsure about Timo Werner after his petrid form this season, and Leroy, as not to mention Leroy Sané as well, was not very impactful with Bayern Munich, and so as a result, I will give Germany third place in Group F. Next, we have Hungary. And Hungary is I feel so bad for Hungary, and one team had to be the last team in this group, and unfortunately it's them. But what they do have going for them is the fact that they are have home field advantage playing in Budapest, and I think they will really use that to their advantage and potentially maybe getting a draw, or even potentially an upset. You never know. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it, but anything is possible with the Euros, and they did make the last 16 5 years ago with a 41-year-old goalkeeper while at it, so they definitely could play an upset. Furthermore, my player to watch out for Hungary is, in fact, their goalkeeper Peter Gulaschi of RB Leipzig, who is probably the best goalkeeper in this entire group, and he would really have to stand on his head if Hungary is to earn this spot in the last 16. But unfortunately, that's where it ends. And with their loss of Dominic Zobsalai, it really will hurt them, in my opinion. And I think that they will unfortunately finish fourth in this group. And last but not least is the reigning European champions themselves, Portugal. And Portugal one of is like with France. It's a shame that they had to face off in the group stage because I would really like to see them face off when the games matter in the knockout stage. And who's to say that won't happen? It could, maybe in the final. But Portugal comes into this tournament and they are in, they are have guns ablazing. It's really a pleasure to see them at their height. As it was it was a little uncertain going into 2016 tournament, and they somehow miraculously pulled it off. And whether you like to talk about Ruben Diaz or Bruno Fernandes or Diego Jota or even the potential GOAT himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, they're set at every position. And I think they'll be a one to reckon with as a result. Furthermore, I'm going to go with a uncharacteristic player to watch for Portugal in Renato Sanchez of Lille. And Sanchez is an interesting case as going into the 2016 tournament, he was one to be talked about, and he was, looked at as this wonder kid, and he even won the best youngest player in the tournament. And unfortunately, things haven't really gone his way in the past 5 years. After his move to Bayern Munich didn't went sour, and he ended up at Lille, but he really found his purpose at Lille, and as a result, he was a significant part of their championship win in Ligue 1. And with that in mind, having gotten some more experience and only being 23 years old, he is I think he's one to have a breakout tournament. And I also wouldn't doubt like the likes of Andre Silva, who's in a similar position, could have a breakout tournament as well. And how Portugal is able to be successful with such a old defense, or at least having added with Pepe being the oldest player in the entire tournament, it'll be interesting to see how he plays with Ruben Diaz or even Jose Font, who also had a very good season with Lille this year. And Portugal's definitely a team that shouldn't be taken lightly. And I think that they will show their class in their first game against Hungary and easily dismantle them, and then probably get a win against Germany and maybe a draw against France. With them, in my opinion, finishing second in Group F. So my final predictions for Group F are as follows: France in first, Portugal in second, Germany in third, with them qualifying as one of the better third place teams, and Hungary in fourth. Tell me what your predictions for Group F are in the comments below. And tomorrow I'll do my final predictions for who I believe will win the entire competition, if it's not obvious already. See you next time.